Hey everybody, I am the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. Today's my birthday. Hooray! Today is my birthday. And so as I do every year, I will be playing Super Metroid. And recently, I have been really into the randomizer community, and in particular, the option to both randomize and inject custom sprites into things. I've actually been working on both. Oh, thank you, phone. Let me know that I'm streaming again. I've actually been working on both a sprite set for The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past and also a sprite set for Super Metroid. However, unfortunately for me, Super Metroid 1 is still in progress, so instead, tonight we will be using a sprite set that I found online, which is pretty cool, honestly. I'm very impressed with it. Unfortunately, I don't know who made it, but I do think that they did a great job. So let's not wait any longer, and let's go ahead and get into the fun. Let's see, desktop with chat and face cam. Yes. Oh, hello there. It's me on my birthday. Now I don't often use. Let's see, make sure there is audio. I don't often use my desktop capture. And so I don't know 100% on, let me check this first. I'm gonna make sure everything's delayed properly. It looks like everything should be delayed properly. If it's weird, I apologize. Well, let's see. I apologize. Should have tested this ahead of time. Bah. Okay, looks like at least the video and the audio is synced up, so hopefully everything else is fine. We'll find out. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So, nope, not that. Also, let me shut myself up. Shut up me. And let's go. So yes, this is both a has both a custom sprite and also is a randomizer. This is a Super Metroid item randomizer, which just randomizes the items. I've encountered other randomizers that did they just removed items. Found that kind of strange, but we're gonna try and make it through the game. And this is Samus. This sprite set is called Combat Suit Samus. Pretty impressed with it. Looks really nice. They did a good job. So here we go. Kind of looks like what I'm trying to do right now, but better. So that's fun. So we are going to be trying to get to this game, which means I'm going to have to rely heavily on my knowledge of Super Metroid to try and find things. I do believe it is the case under normal difficulty, which is what we're playing on right now, that they always give you the morph ball. Morph ball is always where it's supposed to be. So let's first go and get to that. Plop. There we go. Yeah, I'm excited about this though. I kind of got in the mood to do that. Like, normally I just play Super Metroid every year. Like last year I did the thing where I tried to beat it with like over 100% item completion, and I did. If you're interested in that, it is on my stream archive. But this year I thought that this would be pretty fun to try and do a randomizer. So here we go. There it is, the Maru Mari. Give me that. Bam. Morph ball. Alright, so that's the only one we are given that given for free. Now I gotta find everything else. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but they actually made like a unique morph ball rather than just kind of changing the colors of the regular morph ball. Pretty cool. A lot of care and effort went into the sprite set, which is nice. This is not easy to make Samus's sprite set. Missiles? Wait, that's normal. I think this is randomized. Better be randomized. Pretty sure I got it randomized. If it's not, well, maybe we'll just play regular Super Metroid, but I wanted to play a random version. It would be sad if that's not the case. Death. 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 I always think those things take 2 shots, but they only take 1, apparently. Huh. Let's see. Alright, what are you? No, uh-oh. Okay, that's different. There we go. Something different. I just need to see something different so I could confirm that it was, in fact, randomized. Cool. All right. So now, how do I... Can I get this just by running? No, that's not going to work. You can almost get there. Doggone it. Okay. All right. So I was watching not too terribly long ago, the Game Grumps had Gerard, the completionist, on their channel. And he used an interesting trick that I guess I could try and replicate to get this item before he had any sort of like jumping abilities. Namely, he got himself hit by this swoopy swoop guy to get up there. So I want to see if I can replicate that. So it's like, there we go. Yeah. I didn't know you could do that. That's a fun trick. So thank you, Gerard. Thanks to the completionist. Taught me that fun little trick. All right, so he also showed me that you can get up here with, or you can do this without having anything fancy. So let me try and do that. What the? Go to the side here. That's weird. What? No. Ugh. Also, I'm playing this using an Xbox controller, which is not my preferred controller, per se. So I may be kind of garbage tonight. Hopefully, that's not the case. We will find out. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this. All right. Oh, here we go. Up we go. Up we go. Blip. There we go. All right, so did I do it right? Nope, I didn't do it right. All right. Oh boy. Jess, how has everyone's Tuesday gone? My Tuesday has been lovely. I've actually I've had a wonderful birthday so far. So, did I jump? I don't know if I jumped. I didn't do it again. Dang it. I'm taking a lot of damage from those spikes. No. Okay. Yeah, I've had a very nice birthday. So far. It's been nice. It's been very nice. Nope. That's not gonna work. Nope. Alright, maybe we'll just come back to this. Hopefully it's not anything absolutely critical to completing our quest. That is one difficult thing about the Super Metroid randomizer. I mean, with pretty much any randomizer, is that, like, you gotta go for everything you can get your hands on, because you never know what's gonna be that breakthrough that you need to get through the area. So, you know, I didn't do it again. Oh, okay, I'm almost done. All right, we're done here. We're done here. I don't want to die. That would be stupid. Well, hopefully this is not. she's wiping her head. That's funny. It's also going to be kind of fun to play using this sprite set, because I haven't really seen everything that's in it, so I don't know everything that Samus is going to do, which is fun. All right. All right. See you later. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Let me get that guy. Health, please. Thank you, thank you. Bloop. Alright, cool. Let's move on and see what else we can find. But yeah, like when I was kind of test playing the randomizer to make sure I could do it, I had to go like into Norfair a lot, which was scary because I didn't have the Vario suit. Just going into Norfair naked, basically. Very frightening. And I think I want to say I got the gravity suit before I got the Vario suit. Also fun. There's a super missile. Also fun. I don't know. I think randomizers are pretty neat. Like it's a cool way to play a game that you're familiar with. I mean, I still very much enjoy playing the games the regular way. Like once I finish my sprite set for Super Metroid and Link to the Past, what I'm thinking I might do is see if I can find a reproduction cart company that will allow me to make an actual cartridge version of just the basic game with my sprite set, because that would be fun for me, I think. To just have like a Legend of Moe and like a Super Metroid Maria edition. I think that would be fun. So we'll see. We'll see. I gotta get my controller in a comfortable place. So I was keeping it below the desk that I'm sitting at. It wasn't working, so now it is above the desk that I'm sitting at. Did you need to know that? I hope so. I hope it was very important. It was very important to you. Ooh. How's everybody doing out there? Are y'all, I think I've said it all right. Did y'all have a good Tuesday? I hope you had a good Tuesday. I'm very excited because on Thursday of this week, I am going to be driving to visit my family. It's exciting. My parents down in the south. And fortunately for me, apparently there was some sort of Arctic blast or something coming up in the next few days, which means that it will actually be a reasonable temperature for Christmas as compared to, like, you know, in the 60s or 70s, like it has been some Christmases where I come from. So it'll be kind of nice that, like, you know, we'll still have like a fire and I'll be able to wear coats and such. You know, so it's hard to get. Oh, I don't have any power bombs. Dang it! It's hard to get excited about Christmas when it's like hot. I think I find it difficult, at least. It's very difficult to be like, yay, it's Christmas. Also, I'm wearing a T-shirt. This is my Christmas T-shirt. Do you like it? You'd think I'd be used to it, considering I grew up with that, but never really got to the point where I was like, because there's always like a logical disconnect, you know? It's like you grow up in a place where Christmas isn't cold, there's no snow, there's none of that. It's just like, you know, you're like, well, what is this then? What am I missing out on? Why does everyone else get like snow Christmas and I get, you know, shorts and a T-shirt Christmas? That's boring. I want snow Christmas. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I know. Hello. Energy tank. All right. I'm gonna turn down some food. It's good stuff. But yeah, another funny thing about it though, I was talking to my parents earlier today, as you might expect on my birthday, and you know, they were like, "Are y'all ready to come down? You getting ready to leave, or you're getting ready for your trip?" And I was like, "Yep." And oh no, this is terrible. I don't have the power bombs. How am I getting out of here? Do these guys drop power bombs? I didn't think about that. Oh, that's a bit of an issue. Did I just stunt, or did I just lock myself? Somebody give me a power bomb. Power bomb, please. Power bomb? Power bomb. Oh no. Oh no. This is terrible. Uh-oh. I didn't think about this. Alright, let's see. I may have to do it like... Oh, I might be able to do that. Let's see. Ah. Nope. This is dumb. Oh, this is dumb. I didn't think about this. I mean, I guess I could just get myself killed, but that's not as much fun as trying to, you know, feebly do this. No. No. Ah, this is dumb. Ah. No. Doggone. Gol dang. You can't like super missile these, can you? Bam. Missile. Bam. All right. Oh, y'all ready to see the first death of the evening? Pretty cruel that they give you an energy tank. I guess they didn't expect you to get stuck down here like I did. All right, bees. Bring it on! I'm Samus Aran, I'm ready to die. I accepted death long ago. Kill me! Kill me! Ah! It's not even like Link to the Past where you can like push select and save and quit. You have to die in this one. No! No! I'm prepared to die! Kill me! Kill me! Blah, 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 blah. Death! Death! Ow, ow, ow. She's like, maybe I should use my gun. Her gun actually kind of looks like, what is that thing called? It's a weapon from Halo. Like the pistol, the alien pistol from Halo. Doesn't it kind of look like that? Oh no. Oh no! Blah. Oh gosh, she just like evaporated. That was intense. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh, did I lose everything? I think I lost everything. Yeah, I lost everything. Boo! Boo! Now I have to go do it again. Blah. Oh well. The heck? Oh, don't tell me it reverted the controls? Oh, that's stupid. Alright, hang on. Reset. Blep. That's dumb. Why did it revert my controls? What the heck? What the heck? Yeah, that one. Alright. Controller setting mode. Y and B. Why would I change that? Dumb. Stupid. Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's go do it again. At least we know there are exciting things down there, you know? Oh, I also didn't get the thing underneath Mother Brain's old sitting place. I should get that as well when I'm down here. It's fine. It's fine. It won't take long. Change the color of my controller. I've got a fancy, like... You see it? It's a let's see. See a shot? Yeah, it's like a glowing controller. It's like an Xbox Batarang controller, I think is what it's officially called. And it has like a variety of different color palettes. Ooh. I like changing the... Anytime something happens significantly in the game, I like to change the color palette. We make our own fun. Down. The delicious taste of Coke Zero. So good. Hashtag not sponsored. Give me that. I'm just kind of like bashing her head into it. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Out we go. So I think I mentioned in the last stream that I got a copy of Nintendo Power #1 the other day when I was at the arcade, or rather, I got it from the game store that's right next to the arcade, and I've been reading it. And what is interesting to me that I didn't know is that it seems like Nintendo Power wasn't the first publication by the company that makes Nintendo Power, because in the Nintendo Power magazine they had like as they did for they may still do it, they had the sort of like top 10 games for each of the currently out Nintendo systems. And let's see, this, oh, is this one? Boop. No, come on, come on. Well, this ain't working out. Okay, hang on, let me come back. Oh, I'm so good. Anyway, yeah, they have like a top 10 for the currently out systems, and they like in the little write-up for it, they're like, you know, Zelda has retained the crown for another month. And I'm like, this is the first issue. What are you talking about? You're talking about retain the crown. Wouldn't this be when it first acquired the crown? Like, what? How is it retaining the crown if this is the first issue? Does not make sense. So I think maybe there was another magazine before Nintendo Power, which I did not know. So that's cool. I don't know what that other magazine is, but I guess it exists. There you go. I'm not going to go for that this time. We're just going to head back. Bloop. Ha! Ha! But yeah, man, that first Nintendo Power is so exciting for a geek like me. I'm just so excited to see all the things that the first Nintendo Power had. Oh, it has Howard and Nestor cartoons. I love Howard and Nestor cartoons. Howard and Nestor, if you don't know, was like a comic strip that was in all of the early Nintendo Powers, about this little boy named Nestor and Howard Lincoln, who was the president of Nintendo, maybe Nintendo of America, or maybe just in charge of the Nintendo Power magazine. But yeah, and like each one would involve Nestor getting up to some game-related hijinks and Howard coming along and saving him, one way or the other. Like the first one the first one in that issue was about Zelda 1. So, power bombs. I'll take that. Could have used that in the last playthrough. Would have been useful. Could have stayed alive. But, you know. Alright, get me out of here. It's so cool that, like, you go to the same place that you found Mother Brain in the first game in this one. Isn't that? It's so neat. This game is cool. Super Nintendo, man. Holds up so very well. I'm a big SNES fanboy. Yes, I am. I love that system. I was originally going to play this on my SNES Power Pack, but unfortunately, it does not work on the analog system. I think there must be something relating to like the onboard RAM or something. I'm not really sure, but yeah, like the it doesn't seem to run properly on the Power Pack. So we're playing it on the computer. That's why you're seeing this different angle of my lovely face. Is because we're playing a different location. There you go. All right. What lurks within? Bloop. Whee! What have we got in here? Super missiles. Take that. Helpful. Ugh. Oh, shoot. There we go. Whee! I'll tell you one thing that I've learned from working on my own sprite set for Samus. It's very hard to make a character like a how do you put it? Reasonably proportioned character at this scale have a very detailed like face. Like I don't even think in my sprite shed, my sprite set, she never actually has like eyes. She just kind of has like a fleshy mass for a face. So I was like, I feel a little bad about it, but I remember I was surprised about that in the Exploration Castlevania games too. They just don't really have like faces. I guess you have to, because you need more like head mass to really show a face, and there's just not enough space there. So I'm hoping that whenever I finish that sprite set that it looks good. Requires a lot of precision with the shading. That's one of the things that I'm having a lot of difficulty with, is getting the shading right as I'm doing this, but you'll probably see it eventually. All right. Go and save the ship. Can y'all hear the game okay? No, there's nobody here. Hopefully you can hear the game okay. VOD watchers, if you watch on VOD. That was driving me crazy. Ugh. So for dinner tonight, I opted to go out to eat. Treated myself to a fancy dinner. I went to there's a Mexican restaurant relatively close to where I live called Rango's. I think it's just called Rango's Mexican Grill or something like that. And I usually go there and I get flautas because they make extremely good flautas. For all that, you know, I don't really know. I haven't tried flautas a lot of other places, but this food that is called flautas is very good at this restaurant. So I usually get flautas. But for tonight, I was like, I'm going to try something different. That's never a good idea. It's never a good idea, especially if you go to a restaurant expecting a particular thing and then you don't get that particular thing. You will almost always be disappointed. That said, you might try something new that is good, but you will miss whatever you went there to get. So I went there and I got 3 enchiladas, I believe. And what I didn't expect is for them to be like smothered in not gravy, smothered in like cheese sauce and like salsa and stuff. I kind of thought it would be like a, you know, like a soft taco, but nope, not so. It was swimming in juices, and so I had to eat it with a fork and knife, which was weird. Felt weird to be eating a tortilla with fork and knife, but it was too wet. It was just covered in juice. It was still okay. I mean, it filled me up, so that's nice, but I kind of wish I got them flautas. Good flautas. Alright, we are now in the Zabijan jungle. Why there's a jungle underground, I will never know, but there is. So, there. Bloop. I think this is just the map, right? Yeah, is it just the map? I guess I might as well go ahead and get it. So I can get my walk armor stronger. That's in this game, right? Walk armor? Bloop. Your gun's a little high there, Samus. She's like, it's fine. It's fine. One thing I did see while I was watching the demo for this is that the charge shot, when you charge it up with the sprite set, actually like shoots from her abdomen. So that's going to be a little silly. But whatever. It's fun. That is something that I've tried to be doing with my the sprite set that I'm making is I basically what I did was I took the Super Metroid sprite sheet and I tried to envision a sort of like Zero Suit variant. It's yet another. I'm sure there are plenty of Zero Suit sprite sets, but this one is mine. And in order to better make sure that it syncs up with the game, I used Samus's feet and the arm cannon. So it's like a Zero Suit Samus, but she's got the arm cannon. So I think if I did it right, everything should line up. But we'll find out. What is this? This is just missile refill. I don't need that. Well, might as well. Might as well, or I might forget if I came over here or whatever. I remember how impressed I was the first time I encountered these guys in this game. The like the little glowy guys. I was like, oh my gosh, they actually like light up the room, and you can like figure out, like, you have to keep them alive. You have to keep an enemy alive in order to see where you're going. I was just like, oh, because I mean, like in most games you see an enemy and you immediately shoot it, you know? It's like, oh my gosh, bad guy, kill. But in this game, no. You gotta keep them alive. Interact differently with your environment. Very strange. Alright, I know inside here are some of the grasshopper guys. You know, it's a funny thing. Like, the whole idea with Metroids is that they're extremely dangerous. Let's see, where's the thing? Okay. There we go. They're extremely dangerous because they can latch onto you and suck your health out. Right? That was the idea, is that they're dangerous because they absorb energy. But there are other monsters in Zebas that do exactly the same thing, like those grasshopper guys. So I always think there's something else in this room, but I don't think there is. It's like my first instinct is always to start shooting around, but I'm pretty sure it's just that. So like, what's so great about Metroids? Like these little grasshopper dudes. Why aren't they like the ultimate soldier or whatever the Metroid Fusion manual says about Metroids? Like that, I want to say that there's some little side note in the Metroid Fusion manual that says something to the effect of like Metroids, which were originally made by the Chozo, were designed, or like the word Metroid in Shozanese means like ultimate warrior or something. I want to say that's what it says. Something like that. Something weird like that. That's why game manuals are so interesting, is because sometimes you get like really... Hey guys! What are these things called? Edicoons, I think? Something like that. Whoa. 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 Oh, I hate doing this on this Xbox controller. I wish I had a Super Nintendo controller right now. Hey, come on, get up here. Yeah, come on. Come on, little guy. Hop up here. Okay, fine. I will take your super missile and use it with aplomb. Aplomb. Yes. Oh, now you want to go over there. Here's a question. People out there have played this game. Did you get stuck in the Edicoon pit like I did? Like the first time I went down there, I actually thought I had to like restart my game. I thought it was like a soft lock or something. I had no idea that they were supposed to be like teaching me something. Like, I actually think it's a pretty cool idea that Nintendo gave you like these monsters, like the Edicoons and like the ostrich guy, that like teach you how to do some of these strange moves. In fact, I think it would have been cool if they had more of that, because I mean there are a fair number of like special moves in this game that, you know, game doesn't really tell you about. You have to like figure them out, like the crystal flash. I still don't know how to do the crystal flash properly. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool that they like teach you things. I think that's a neat feature of the game. I just wish I understood it as a child. I didn't get it. So I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. What are these little squirrel dudes doing? Super Missile! Yay! I want the wave beam. Give me the wave beam. I want the wave beam. The wave beam is the beam that I always get, like, I get it too late to really play around with it very much. And I feel like I would enjoy using the wave beam if I had it earlier. Give me the wave beam. Bloop. That's a super missile. That's not the wave beam. I know the difference. That's not the wave beam. Let's see. Hip. Boop. Beep, boop, boop. Boop. Another super missile. That is one unfortunate thing about, like, that's one of the things that makes playing Super Metroid randomizer so hard, is that like there are missiles and super missile power-ups everywhere. Oh, the bombs. Okay, that's helpful. Take that. Like, you don't notice it so much when you're playing the actual game, because, you know, you're just like, oh, okay, more missiles. Like, they're placed in a way that is useful to you. But like when you're trying to find more interesting things and you keep getting missiles, you're like, okay, I don't need any more missiles. I need like the jump boots or something. Apparently also, this is another thing I learned from watching that Gerard playthrough. This room over here, you can actually, like, you can get in there without the wave beam, but I couldn't really follow what he was... Like, he was saying if you, like, shoot a missile and it goes just past the, it's, like, just past the, grapple block in there, it, like, breaks through the wall or something. I don't know. Apparently there's some way to do it, but I don't know how to do it. We won't be attempting it. Instead, we will go and save. Hooray. Ooh. But yeah, I can't tell you how excited I was when I finished. I finished the Link to the Past one before I finished, or like because I'm still working on the Super Metroid one. But like that first moment when I like injected my new sprite set into an actual game and then played it on a Super Nintendo, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a glorious day when I am getting to like... It was the same kind of excitement I had when I made my first like 3D print, you know, where I was sort of like, I just made this thing in my head and look, it's out in the world. It's amazing. It was very exciting. I don't want to fight this guy. Alright, I'll go back. There's just something really funny about being able to just shoot the floor and leave. It's like, oh, I don't want to. No. I'd rather just leave. I don't want to fight Spore Spawn. Weird Spore Spawn. So weird. Bloop. Gotcha. I shot you down. Woo. Swinging around with his big old weird face. What is he supposed to be? Like a nut? Like a hazelnut? Like a demonic hazelnut? Oh, what is this? What? No. Ah, I opened up something. Stop. What is all this nonsense? Stop. I opened up like the Xbox mode or something. I don't want that. What did I do? Was it this? Oh, it was that. Okay, there's a button in the middle that brings up all that nonsense. Oh, yeah, learn these things. I want my mouse on the screen, please. Thank you. All right, up we go. Whee! Oh no! Ah, 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 ah. What are you? Super missiles. Oh, it's supposed to be there. Thank you. I guess in the randomizer's defense, we would have to have those to escape from this location, so it makes sense. That is one of the things that I find so interesting about a lot of these randomizers is how a lot of them are set up pretty well to prevent you from soft locking yourself. It's really cool. Like that kind of... I've actually, back when I was in graduate school, I had to sort of try to make code to do that. Like I was working on like the project was to make like a game with like a team in class, and it was like an adventure game, and one of the things you had to do was test for like fail or lock states if you could. And yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy to do, so I admire that. I want this. Ow, doggone it. Alright. Up. Up. Ooh, okay. Super missiles. More super missiles. I want to say they also made it so that the normal cap on your super missiles is not there. So like you can have more than what is it? Is it 70 normally? I think it's normally 70 super missiles. I think it's 210, 70, and 50. I should really know that, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Bloop, 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 bloop. Running! Blip, 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 blip. I could go up, I guess. I could go up here. I'd have to kill these little, like, these guys, though, to do it. Okay. It's like what I'm gonna have to do is kick. Nope. Oh, not good with this controller. Merry birthday! Hello, Cybernator. Welcome. Yes, it is my merry birthday. 'Tis my birthday. And welcome here. Thank you for stopping by. We are playing Super Metroid Randomized. And as you can see, we are trying to get to the top of this long shaft. Trying to get up here. Now, doggone it. Ugh. I am not great with this controller. Bah. I need a Super Nintendo controller. I need a controller from like 30 years ago. Ah, thank you very much. Well, I made it. Oh, and how are you today, Cyber? Are you having a lovely Tuesday? I hope so. I had a lovely Tuesday. And many people send me well wishes, which was a very fun thing. And I had my sister from Germany sent me a little e-card that had a dancing corgi, which made me happy. So that is also very important. The dancing corgi was very important. I'm glad that I got to see it. It was doing a little jig, and I enjoyed it, because I think corgis are adorable. I like their tiny legs and their happy faces. Their big, gigantic ears. Bloop. Backgrounds be gone, says Adobe Creative Cloud. Thank you, Adobe Creative Cloud. Honestly, laid up with the... Oh, no, I'm sorry, dude. That's awful. Is it a bad cold or just kind of like a sniffle? That sucks, though. Yeah, corgis are cute, right? I think they're adorable. You don't have the plague, do you? You just have like a regular cold, or is it the dreaded COVID? I guess I shouldn't joke and call it the plague, but that's pretty much what I always call it when I think about it, so. Missiles. Yay. Super great. Super great. Missiles. Missile is one of those words that I definitely always spell wrong. I always think it's... Ah, no! Oh, it's eating me! Stop! Stop! Let me go! Okay. Not too bad. 3 out of 10 illness. Okay, that's not terrible. Just enough to make you feel crappy, but not enough to really impair your permanent buboles minimal. Buboles are like gross. Like the things that showed up thanks to the bubonic plague, they are freaking gross, dude. Oh my gosh. I am definitely a person that like I think the kind of thing that scares me the most is what I refer to as corruption, which is just like sickness, illness, pestilence, anything like that. Anything that like infects or infests your body. I find that extremely gross. And so like any sort of body horror, or I guess in the bubonic plague's case, actual disease, just freaks me the heck out. I can't do it. I'm always grossed out by that sort of thing. Very fortunate we live in a time without the bubonic, or at least without widespread bubonic plague. More missiles. Yeah, all right. Whatever. Ugh. So, well, while you have been laid up, what have you been up to? You've been watching TV or playing games or doing something else? What's keeping you busy? Mr. Cybernator. Mm. And did you see the Colorfunk Challenge League stream that Ian did not too long ago? It was really cool. I like that. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Unrelated, these crab guys do an incredible amount of damage, just for reference. Like, they do so much damage, it's ridiculous. So if you're thinking of playing a Super Metroid randomizer sometime in the future, you should be wary of those. Mostly sleeping in between important chores. Well, yeah, that's the best thing you can do for a cold. Honestly, when I was a kid, I used to like getting sick. It's terrible, I suppose. It's like it shows complete lack of respect for the significance of disease. But like, when I was sick, that meant like everyone was nice to me, and I got to just sleep on the couch, or I got to lay on the couch all day and watch TV. It was awesome. And my mom one time bought me a pizza, and it was awesome. It's like, yeah, I want to be sick some more. Oh, you didn't watch Colorfunk? Yeah, it was cool, right? Man, Todd did an amazing job with that, with like all of the like video and stuff around it. Really very cool. Wish I was in the Colorfunk League. But I am eager to see this. Oh, it's just a power bomb. Boo. I don't actually know if you can get over there without the speed boost or the grappling hook. You may need one or the other. Alright, I'll go back down. Gotta avoid the crab guys, because they do so much damage! How else are you gonna see 227 in classic concentration if you don't stay home from school? I don't know what 227 is. Is that a game show? I think Classic Concentration is a game show, but I don't know 227. What is it? Tell me. I'm curious. I keep fluffing my hair to the side. I kind of miss having longer hair that would actually stay to the side when I flicked it to the side. But oh well, this is what the barber said I should wear, so there you go. She just decided this is how I would look good. And truth be told, a lot of people have been very happy with this, so. 227 is a forgettable 80s sitcom. What was it about? I've never heard of it. I guess it's forgettable, so there you go, but never heard of 227. Did you watch a lot of sitcoms? Like, I feel like, I mean, I know I used to watch TV all the time, but it's been so many years since I really watched TV with any regularity that I don't even remember what I used to watch. Cartoons, I guess. What was it about? 227. Should have gone with Mr. Belvedere on that joke. Yeah, I would have known. I mean, I didn't watch Mr. Belvedere either, but I would have known what that was. But I've never. It just like, this like nozzle shows up and it's just like, hey, here's your abdomen. Mr. Belvedere. Yep. Yep. Alright, let's see what we're gonna get instead of the spacer. Up here lies the spacer. Now we wait. I think it was about some people living in apartment 227. Honestly, forgot. Well, that's fine. I'll look it up after the stream. Find out what it's about. Oh, high jump boots. Alright, it's pretty cool. High jump boots are good. I'm done with high jump boots. Especially considering I can't wall kick as well using this controller. So, I know I'm down with some high jump boots, making things easier on me. That's sort of the funny thing about like a lot of randomizers is that they're more interesting at the beginning than at the end, right? Because like by the end, you have the stuff that you're supposed to have, and so you're just kind of playing the game normally, right? But like at the beginning, you don't have anything you're supposed to, and so you're like trying to figure out what can I do, where can I get to, that kind of thing. I like that kind of stuff. It's cool. Bloop. Bloop. Up. Jump. Like, for example, this. You can actually get up here. I'll try and show you. Let's see. You can get up there without the high jump boots. If you, like, do it right. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. But with the high jump boots, which you should have at this point, you just jump up here. Like, this is supposed to be a check in the game to see if you have the high jump boots. And the essence of randomizers is doing stuff out of order. That's what's fun about it. I have a lot of the stuff I'm supposed to have right now, which makes it a little bit less fun. I guess I could just turn them off, but that's probably not wise. I don't have the spacer, though, unfortunately. Nor do I have the charge beam, which I would normally have right now. I can go over here and get this. Bloop. Da 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 da. All right, so while we were talking about the Color Funk League, did you find it strange that for the Color Funk League series that was supposed to be a tribute to Sega, Todd what is his name in the actual like what is his character name? I can't remember. I'll just call him Todd. Todd chose F-Zero GX. Like, I get that F-Zero GX is a Nintendo game made by Sega, but I don't know, if he wanted it to be like specifically Sega games, he could have just chosen 3. Like, he chose Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage, and F-Zero GX. Seems odd. It seemed odd to me, but I am excited to see what else he puts, what the other beats will be in the future. Man. Ow. Hey. Hey. See you later. I think it was just like it was at that point where Sega was like trying to, like, they had kind of given up on the Dreamcast hadn't worked out, and so they're like, all right, well, we gotta figure out how to, you know, live in the in the new climate of games where we don't have a console for our own. So they're like, all right, well, we'll try to make peace with Nintendo, and I guess they were like, can we make a game for you? And they made F-Zero GX. I also want to say that like F-Zero GX runs on like the same hardware as like an arcade version of the game, which I think is what Sega is. I mean, that's how they got their start, so. I'm guessing that they just kind of took that hardware and they're like, why don't we make a home console version of this game? That said, I gotta say, when I was watching Ian play F-Zero GX, I had forgotten how, like, fast that game is, I guess. Like, it was nerve-wracking. Because, like, I played F-Zero and I played F-Zero X, but I didn't really play much F-Zero GX. And so when I was watching him play it, I'm like, oh gosh, how do you play this game? It's manic. It's crazy. So much going on. All right, what do we got? Let's see, what will we find in here? Normally it would be the Varia suit. Instead, it is energy tank. All right. That's unfortunate. It's not what I was hoping for. Without the I don't have the speed booster, and I don't have the grappling hook, which means I can't really get into wrecked ship right now. Or at least I don't know how to. I don't know how to with my meager skills. So we will have to try to find another place we can go. Or rather, I guess we'll have... Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Why is it going on top? Why is it going on top? Chat. Here we go. Wait, no. Incorrect. That? There we go. I actually just put together this this particular scene I'm using right now, like 10 minutes before I started the stream, so not surprised if it doesn't look great. I duplicated one of my other ones and tried to make do and mend. All right. What lurks within here? What have we here? Bunch of grasshoppers. Oh, the speed booster. Okay, well that's good. I was just saying, there was only so much we could do without it, but this will help me out immensely. Because now I can get into wrecked ship, which will be very useful. So I guess that's probably going to be my next move. I'll check out Norfair real quick and see if I can get any like easy, quick wins. But I think I'm probably gonna have to go to wreck ship next. Oh, Cyber, since you're here, how is the audio of my mic and the game? Do they sound balanced? Is one more like overwhelming against the other? Because that was another thing I had to set up right before the stream started, so I'm not sure if it's balanced correctly. I want to make sure you can hear both me and the game. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see what would normally be inside the room with high jump boots. Think it sounds good? Great. Thank you very much. Just want to make sure it sounds alright. I feel like audio issues are like one of the things I have the most difficulty with when it comes to video making and such. Like I don't really have a great handle on audio, just sort of in general. Great, energy tank. I'll take it, I guess. And so I feel like I'm always having like audio problems. So, I appreciate the feedback. Thank you very much. Good audio is such a big deal when it comes to video making. You just don't want, you don't want it to sound bad. Never want it to sound bad. Bloop. Bloop. Oh, side note. So I mentioned earlier in the stream that I've been getting into like sprite modding and stuff like that for games. If you are interested in making your own set of sprites for Link to the Past or for Link to the Past or Super Metroid, what I would recommend is looking for a program called Sprite something, and the version I used was 1.70. So let's say it's Sprite something 1.7 is the version I'm using, and like you still have to make you still have to use some sort of external art program to actually make the sprites, but that program that I just showed is very helpful for like laying out and like seeing how things are coming along as you're working on it. Very, very helpful. I've been using it extensively and it really helps. So just a little shout out, I guess. That's what you want to call it. Advice, whatever you want to call it. It always seems strange to me that this particular room is not actually hot. you know? This is not a hot room, despite the fact that the background is, like, doing the heat effect thing. It was always kind of strange, I think. Use logo writer to make the sprites? Okay. There you go. There's another idea. So does that mean that you have, you've made sprite sets too, Cyber? If so, that's cool. I use GIMP. I use GIMP to make most of my sprites. Although I did find out not too terribly long ago that you can also use, you can use, what's the program called? Procreate on like a iPad Pro to work on sprites. So I started the sprite sheet effort for Samus on Procreate, which was made it kind of easy to get started. But you are a GIMP master. Oh, very nice. GIMP master. I'm not a GIMP master, but I have been using it for many years. There we go. Guy, get out of here. Well, what the heck, dude? Get out of here. Go on away. All right, I'm dying. I'm getting out of here. Run. I know there's other stuff in there, but I'll have to come back for it. I'm getting beat up real bad in there. Frickin' corn dog monster, get down here. Hop. Hop. Dang it. Do it again. Hop. Hop. There we go. Okay. The funny thing, there is a ROM hack of this game. I think it's called like Super Metroid Redesign, something like that. And it's kind of like a redesign difficulty mod that makes the game a lot harder. There's a part in that game called the Norfair run, and it requires you to go through a section of Norfair without the Various suit. And along the way, there are like these little like hive things, and you have to like go through and try to stay alive by like getting to the next hive. You know, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a cool thing. It was just it's very hard to do on actual hardware, which is what I was trying to do. So very, very difficult to do on actual hardware. Yep. And what have we in here? Oh, grappling beam. Okay, well, that's nice. It's helpful. I'll take that and use it dutifully. Ooh. That was so shocking the first time I did it. First time you get to that part where it's like, you just have to run. I was like, ah, the ground's coming apart. No! Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let me get out of here. Alright, so where to next? Well, I'll go ahead and save, I guess. That'd be a good next move. One. Okay. Alright. What we got in here? Normally 2 treasures in here. What are we gonna find? Power bombs. Not great. Oh, nuts! If only I had actually gotten the container open, I could at least know if it was worth going in there again, but now I gotta go back in there again. Because I didn't get the container open, so I don't know yet. What? No. There we go. Alright. What are you? Energy tank. Alright. It refills my energy, so that's good. So I can probably make it back out of here. Da, 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 da. See you later. Well, I will not scoff a bit more health. Always useful to be healthier, I suppose. We will move forward with confidence. I guess I could go fight Crocomire while I'm down here. Could do that. I guess I might as well. Where is he? Is he directly down? No. I had to go over a little bit. Go over here. Oh, wait, no, I can't go this way. Never mind. Guess I won't be fighting Crocomire. We'll just head up to Wrecked Ship next, I suppose. Whoa! So fast! Oh wait, no, I can get to Crocomire. I have to go the other way though. I go this other way. Yes. Not having even a single, like, beam power-up is weird. I feel like I would normally have something by now. I don't have an ice beam, charge beam, nothing. Completely without like a weapon upgrade, which is a bit troubling. It's just a missile, it's fine. And now we run! Down. Something I didn't know for a long time is that Crocomire's room is not actually hot. Oh. Also, you can kind of get some refills off of the stuff he spits out, so. Uh-huh. Keep on going. You get a date with the soup. That's what I always used to call, like, the yellow acid in this game. I called it soup. Get in the soup. It's delicious. Get in there, you. Get in the soup and burn. He loves it. Minestrone. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's so good. Use me as a soup bone. All right, see you later. Actually, hang on. Let me do this. It is ahead of time. Huh? Huh? I'll take... Oh, fudge. I don't want to die. Okay, good. Minestrone. Very nice. Loop. Loop. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, no! Ah! Oh, no! Thank you. Thank you for the missiles. Up. There we go. Well, now I can get this in multiple ways, which is great. Hup. Hop. There we go. What do we have lurking inside here? Missiles. Yay. Minestrone's revenge. It's terrifying. Ooh. All right, save. There we go. Get that. Thank you. Whoa, whoa. I was kind of thought of that as like the Sonic the Hedgehog room, because it's got like the slopes that Sonic was so proud of in that first game. But it doesn't actually have like the momentum thing that Sonic had that made them proud of that, so it doesn't quite match, but you know. It's the Sonic the Hedgehog room. Dee 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 dee. Ooh. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Little burpee. Oh, it's just a missile. Lame. I like how the bombs go froosh in this game. They do go quite frooshy. It is quite a lovely sound that they make. There we go. So have you played Super Metroid before, Cyber? Are you familiar with what's going on, or is it just pretty colors right now? Energy tank. Alright. More energy tanks. Well, that wasn't so useful. Boop. I was one of the little this to be like an actual weapon. So I don't only a little, it was hard, could not get far. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a game that like once you're familiar with it, it becomes very rote. But I mean, the fun of it is like learning it that first time. So But it can be very difficult, I suppose, if you don't know what's going on. Especially if you don't have a whole lot of familiarity with, like, exploration platformers in general. But I do think it's a very rewarding process to play this. Oh, did you finish Final Fantasy 3? Or are you still playing it? I'm curious if you took some of my advice regarding the dinosaur forest and the cactrots and such. Never got the hang of platformers in the SNES? That's fair. That's fair. Platformers and the SNES in general are my jam, so yeah. Definitely grew up playing these. Or definitely never grew up playing these, but you know what I mean. Played these while growing up, quote unquote. Well, we didn't find that much down here. Oh, you're just grinding dinos earlier. Awesome. Have you gotten any economizers yet? They're very helpful if you can find them. Also, I am curious to know if you have like a preferred party in the game. Like, have you decided it's like, oh, these are my guys for like your fights, or do you like change your people around a lot? I definitely have a final party that I almost always use, which is not an optimal party, but is rather based on. Oh yeah, the economizer. Maybe I didn't mention it in the last time I talked about this. It's an accessory that, or a relic that is sometimes dropped by the brachiosaur monsters that show up in that same forest. That will significantly reduce the MP costs for any spell cast. So I think it actually takes it down to 1. So like any spell can be cast for 1 MP. It's a very, very useful thing to find. And those brachiosaur monsters drop it. So that said, they are not easy to fight, so you have to be careful when you're going after them. But it is decidedly one of the better things to find in that area of the game. Up. Oh. Saw you said something. Give me a sec. You are beefing General your mom up. She's just generally your mom. You found the Stray Cat Rage and a Noise Blaster to be an OP combo. Yeah. If you want to really make it crazy, what you should do is this thing they used to call Wind God Gao, where you use a merit award to equip Gao with the Tempest Sword. And you have him use the Stray Cat Rage. And the Tempest Sword will, every once in a while, cast Wind Slash. And so then you get a 4 times damage Wind Slash on every enemy on the screen. And it's awesome. It's so powerful. It's absolutely ridiculous if you can get it to work. But for it, you need a merit award, which means you're going to have to go to the Colosseum. You can also give like, if you want to really make it ridiculous, you can give him a Genji glove and the merit award, and then give him 2 Tempests, and then you'll just really go to town on enemies. Yeah, but I feel like the Noise Blaster is one of those. I felt like it was kind of undervalued. I mean, just being able to like instantly confuse all the enemies on the screen for no MP is super helpful. Very, very beneficial, that. Bloop. I like that you called Sila's your mom. General, your mom. It's funny. I got the screw attack. What the heck am I gonna do with the screw attack? I guess screw some dudes. That's cool. Bloop. Ooh. Oh, did you go do the stuff in Narsha, by the way? Did you get the Paladin Shield and the Ragnarok and stuff? Both are very helpful if you can get them. Honestly, I just like talking about F3, so sorry about that. I can stop talking about it. Need to find the thief dude first? Okay, yeah. You are going to need luck. Yes. Do you know where he is? Or do you want tips on how to find him or anything? Or do you want me to just shut up? I can also shut up. I get that too. I'll just keep talking about it if you let me, so. Get him. Briefly take off my high jump boots. I always did this. I would always turn off the high jump boots in this one particular room because I just feel like it's a lot easier to manage if you can't jump high here. So, after that, I would always take them off in that room. And then immediately put them back on. Still can't believe I have the screw attack. That's so silly. Bump. Wee! Wee! Up we go. Ooh. Oh, I should go ahead and mention while I'm thinking about it. So I'm going back down to to visit my family for Christmas on Thursday of this week. So I will not be streaming on Thursday. So I will wish everyone in advance a happy Christmas weekend if you care about that. Otherwise, just have a good weekend in general. And I will see you guys next week. But still good. Not wrapping up the stream or anything. Just wanted to mention that while I was thinking about it. All right, I want to try something that I actually saw in the opening, like that eye catch, that I didn't know you could do. Let's see if I can do it. Nope, not that way. Not that way. Back. No, not that. Like, in the eye catch, she went, like, at a diagonal. I didn't know you could go at a diagonal when you did this. Nope, not like that. No, not up. Ah. Boo. No. Get it right, Samus. Do it right, Samus. Brr. Alright, whatever. Fortunately, we do have the screw attack, which makes this all a lot easier to deal with. Otherwise, it's kind of a bit of a nuisance, really. Because you have to, like, power bomb through all of those. It's annoying. Oh! A space jump! Okay. Sure, I'll take that. That's very helpful. I'm not gonna have to worry about mobility anymore in this playthrough, apparently. Blip, 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 blip. There we go. Okay. Alright. So if you didn't know, because I didn't know for a long time that you can do it that way, the blocks don't come back fast enough for you to be locked out of going to both if you just kind of fall in the middle section. So if you do what I did there, it's very easy to only have to do this one time. Yeah, little tip. Little tip. Useful thing to know. You know how it is. Actually, while I'm here, let me go to that room with all of the stuff in Brinstar. The room of all the stuff. Very helpful. The one where you need the speed boost to get through. Where you need to use the boost to get through. I learned that from a rabbit. Honestly, as much as I know and love Star Fox 64 memes, definitely played more Star Fox than Star Fox 64. Star Fox 64 is good, don't get me wrong, but I played more Star Fox. I'm a Super Nintendo guy. Alright, let us get lots of things. Let's go forth and get lots of things. Nope. Hang on, go back. I didn't mean to. Go back. Back. There we go. A room full of things. Lots of things. Whoosh. Alright, what have we got? It is Spazer! Oh, okay. Well, it's not the wave beam, but it is the Spazer, so that's good. I wanted the wave beam, though. Still, something's better than nothing. Was kind of going on basic level equipment for quite a while there. We go up. Super missiles. Alright. So now you're going to see a little glitch happen with my super missiles. There you go. So I'm not supposed to have over 2 digits, so it's going to get real weird to look at now. Is there anything else I can do on here? No, I'll just head back to the service. Ow. Ooh. Ooh. I've got a... The other day when I was entering my apartment complex, I kind of knocked my knuckle against the door and kind of cut it a little bit. And I tell you what, this thing just will not heal. I guess because every time I flex my knuckle, it reopens the wound. And so I just did that just now, as I kind of like flex my knuckle, and it's like, hey, you open the wound again. Like, doggone it. Wound. Stop being opened. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. You. Can I do this? Oh yeah. I didn't know if I could do that or not, but apparently it works. Hooray! No! Go to the right! Ugh. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I saw her do it, so it's a function in the game. I just don't know how it works. Yeah, well. C'est la vie. Alright, up into the sky. Go forth into the clouds with you. Yes. In we go. Alright. They all left behind power bombs, and then I got some power bombs. Hooray. Ah, it burns. Ah, the soup. The revenge of the minestrone. Too powerful. The minestrone. Too powerful. Too strong. Can't stand up against the minestrone. So I'm gonna do this. Nope. So this, like, you can actually get through this section using the speed boost. Well, yeah, like that. There you go. If you don't have the grappling hook, you can do it this way. Because like when I played a test run of this, I got the speed booster way before I got the grappling beam, and so I was able to get to wrecked ship using that method. And wrecked ship, if you don't know, is kind of like Kakariko Village in Link to the Past, in that it's a place that has like a ton of stuff for you to get. So it's worth it to try to get to wrecked ship as fast as possible. And you will get the many goodies that lurk inside. Goodies. I want the goodies. Yes, I do. Oh. I'm curious, people out there, if people have tried to play a Super Metroid randomizer. Because like I find randomizers very interesting, but I feel like Super Metroid and Link to the Past work really well for the concept of a randomizer. And it took me a long time to try a Super Metroid randomizer. So I'm curious if other people have been a bit more adventurous than have I regarding these things, because it's really rewarding. Like it's so much fun to kind of like, you know, sort of test your knowledge of the games and like see how far you can get with limited resources available to yourself. There's like a lot of stuff that that you can do without like really. I mean, there are a couple of like glitches that are kind of necessary. Like it's very useful to be able to single wall jump, but other than that, you can really get through most of the time. Not too bad, and it's fun, I think. All right, now we're gonna fight Phantoon. I got more than enough health to fight Phantoon. If y'all remember last year, I fought Phantoon with 1 energy tank. So, yeah. I think I can handle him this time. If I can't, there's a bigger problem. Oh, shoot. I super missiled him. Nuts. So if you didn't know, he only does this counterattack, which is, I think, probably his most dangerous move, if you use a super missile on him. So if you want to kind of like protect yourself, just only use missiles on him. Only use missiles or charge beam shots. and then he will never use that particular counterattack. It's a very helpful thing if you're playing this under constrained circumstances where you don't have as much health. Otherwise, this guy can be quite a pain in the buttocks. Do you find the randomizers ever soft lock you by not giving the required abilities? The ones that I have played are usually designed such that they don't soft lock. I know that there are a couple of, like, I think the Super Link to the Past, I think Link to the Past randomizer does have settings where you can be like, I want to play like glitched versions where, you know, you have to actively use glitches to get around some things. But I think for the most part, most of them have like a casual or standard mode, which is designed to ensure that you never run into like soft lock situations. So, you know, that's a long-winded way of saying no, not really. I feel like usually I'm able to get everything I need to progress. Now, that said, there are a lot of situations where even if you can technically progress, the way to do so is very obscure. So that's a place where it helps to kind of like, you know, if you're gonna try and do a randomizer, to like be very familiar with where everything is and what is necessary to advance here and there. Fantoon has knocked the crap out of me this time. Like, I was joking earlier when I said that I should have more than enough health to beat him, but look at how little health I have left. I did terribly against Fantoon. Oy vey. But yeah, like especially in Link to the Past randomizer, there's a lot of places where it's like, yeah, I can technically move forward, but it's pretty hard to figure out how to do that. But again, I mean, that's I think what makes these sort of things fun, is like figuring out, like finding that, you know, one thing you've been looking for. It's like, oh, I found the moon pearl and now I can do this and this and this and this. Like I think that that's probably the fun of these kinds of games. Bleep. Bam. You know, it's interesting. I don't think they ever really, in any of the Metroid games, explained whose ship this is. You know? This is just a ship that crash landed on Zebes. We don't know anything else about it. It's just a wrecked ship that crash landed on Zebes. Where did it come from? Whose ship was it? What would be sort of interesting is if this ship was actually like the reason certain monsters were on the planet. Because like that was one thing that they brought up in that Game Grumps playthrough that they did with Gerard, is they brought up the idea that, you know, some of the monsters on this ship look, you know, completely different than any of the other monsters on Zebes. Like these like Lost in Space robots are kind of like out of place. But the key hunters, which are like the grasshopper looking dudes, are other places on the planet. So the question is like, did the key hunters come here on this ship and then just become native to Zebes? Or were they natives on Zebes? Oh, the gravity suit! Yay! Were they natives on Zebes and they infiltrated this ship? It's not super clear. I didn't equip it. Why not? What? Oh, now I'm different. Ooh, that's a nice color. Look how green I am. Yeah, I like that. I like being green. It's a good color, Samus. You're looking good, Sammy. You think anyone calls Samus Sammy? Also, do you think Samus is like short for something else? Like, do you think her full name is like Samusantha? Or Samantha? Samanthus? Do you think Samus Aran's real name is Samanthus Aran? She's like refuses to let anyone call her by that name. She's like, don't you dare call me Samanthus. I do not want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Call me Sam. Call me Samus. You can call me Sammy. But don't you call me Samanthus. Samanthus Aran. I like that. Yep. 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 There we go. Eh. Alright, well, I've got the gravity suit now, which means I can very easily do Meridia. So that's good. Still no Varia suit, so I can't really do Norfair yet. But I can go through Meridia pretty easily at this point. This guy's always took way too many hits. It's also sort of funny that, like, the only beam I have right now is the Spazer, so still kind of underpowered as far as weaponry goes, but I've got the screw attack, so that's something. These guys, these are the key hunters. They show up elsewhere on the planet, but they look different. So I don't know if the idea is that the ones on this ship are like the originals, and the ones you find out in Zebes are like supposed to be, I don't know, mutations that, you know, mutated to survive on the planet, or if these are invaders, or what it is. It's just sort of an interesting lingering question of like, who owns wrecked ship? Like, what is it? Why is it here? None of these things are explained. It's just a weird ship where Fantoon was. Also, who is Fantoon? Ostensibly, he's some sort of ghost. So was he like on this ship originally? Was this Fantoon's ship originally, and he's haunting it? Or what? We don't know. There's no explanation. And that in itself is kind of cool, you know? Not everything really needs an explanation, because it allows people to, like, theorize, wonder. Hop, hop. There we go. As to why those monsters are called key hunters, I've never known. But that is apparently their actual name. They are key hunters. Like, K-E-Y hunters. Missiles! Oh, hey, Pokey. You love the retro sci-fi look? Yeah. Glad to hear you got some nice headphones, my friend. JBL. I know the name, but I don't know that I've ever used JBL headphones. But I'm glad to hear that they're very good. And welcome to my stream. Alright, I want to go. Yes, did Christmas come early for you, Pokey? Or did you treat yourself? Treat yourself right to some fancy headphones. They charge in like 5 minutes and then last 14 hours. That's pretty amazing. I always love this guy. He's so special. I got myself some Raycons after they were advertised to me by many things on YouTube. So, very happy about them. Never thought I would actually be happy with, like, earbuds, because I really resisted earbuds for a long time. But, I don't know. They're nice. Blum, 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 blum. He looks like he's about to throw me like a bowling ball, doesn't he? That's what it looks like. That's how it looks like he's holding me. He's like, all right, winding up. The slight issue with them is they can't adjust their volume from Windows, but only from the buttons on the headphones themselves. That's a little annoying. Still, I mean, I guess they're on your head, so presumably you have access to the buttons. Get in the hole, lost in space, robot. Bloop. What you got for me? Oh, charge beam. Okay, it's useful. You've already gotten the muscle memory to reach behind your head. Yeah, it's a funny thing. Like, nowadays, I've got relatively short hair, but, you know, like last year or whatever, I used to have long hair. And so, I would always do this thing where I kind of would, like, push my hair behind my ears and then put the, oh, spring ball. All right. And then put the headphones in. And so even though I don't really need to flick my hair behind my ears to put on headphones, I still do that. So I definitely get how muscle memory sinks in like that. All right, so next up, we are going to be going to Meridia, I guess. Will be our next stop on our tour de force through planet Zebas. Ooh. But I might stop to get a. Never realized how much bass is in your favorite songs until now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That realization is coming through via headphones. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that they're working out for you. Yes. Get some good solid Sega Genesis bass. There's one thing the Genesis could do. It was bass notes. It was real good at that. Wasn't very good at treble notes or other notes, but it was great at bass. Could do bass really well. Excuse me. Oh, reserve tank. All right. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. I love that. I love that advertising campaign. What's a good song with a lot of bass? Ooh, ooh. Alright, off we go into the Zebesian Ocean. Find our future. Yes. Jump. Union Vendetta. What is that? Who made Union Vendetta? I don't think I've ever heard of that song. Turn on your brainstem starts shaking. That might be an issue, Pokey. I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing. Oh, Vendata's the artist. Okay, so Union by Vendetta. Got it. What kind of music is it? Is it like EDM or what is it? Techno. Bum, 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 bum. EDM. Okay. Yeah, they released a they released an EDM pack on Beat Saber not too terribly long ago. And like when I listened to them, like I sort of thought I knew EDM, and then I just didn't recognize like any of the songs on it. And I was like, okay, they probably chose some pretty famous songs, so maybe I don't know anything about EDM. Maybe I just thought I knew what EDM was. All right, I have the charge beam now. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm going to take one of my patented MoeChicken midstream intermissions. So I go get myself a drink. So I will put us on intermission, and I will be back shortly. All right, I'm back. And thank you, Pokey. Thank you very much. I made that. That was actually one of the first things I made for my channel, was because I knew I wanted some sort of like intermission something if I had to, like, you know, step away or something. So I just made a little animation of myself walking around and made a song for it. That's actually something I need to do soon. Is I've got a couple of grooves that I could put up on my channel if I just made title cards for them. So I need to get off my butt and do that, because one of them is actually one of the unreleased songs is one of my favorite songs that I've produced in recent memory. I'm actually very proud of it, so I just need to make a card for it, and then I can share it with the world. Share it with the world. Hopefully people will be interested in it. We'll see. Death. It's just blip, death. Alright. I can't get up to the plasma beam yet, which is up here. The Genesis outputs at a wider aspect ratio, meaning you can fit more stuff. I didn't know that. Interesting. I guess that's one of the things that Genesis does that Nintendo don't. I'm still going to go with the Super Nintendo, though. Clever of an advertising campaign as that was, I'm still going to stick with the Super Nintendo. Definitely still prefer the SNES. The thing I think is so interesting about the Genesis is that, from what I understand, when the Genesis was first being conceived, what the Genesis is as a system is effectively the same hardware that Sega was using on their arcade machines at the time. So they just kind of like took that hardware and they're just like, okay, well, we're just gonna sell a home console version of our arcade machines. And that's why a lot of the early Genesis games are like, you know, home console versions of popular arcade games. But then what they found out was that people wanted a more extensive experience for home consoles, and so they kind of wound up with a difficult situation where they're like, oh shoot. Fun fact, stuff like the Genesis, SNES, N64, PS1, and all output at 240p. Are they upscaled by the system? Or... I always thought that they were 720. Please, Pokey, do explain. Or was I just wrong? I may also just be wrong. They're all 240p. Huh, interesting. Definitely didn't know that. I thought they were higher resolution than that. Oh, there we go, the various suit. Alright, so we're set now. We've got all the suits. We can go wherever we want. And I am still this color. Let's see what I would be without the gravity suit. I would have been red otherwise, so. But we are going to go back to gravity suit. 240 is half of 480, which was the TV standard of the day. So they were actually set to be lower resolution than the standard televisions? Was there a... What was the rationale there? Why did manufacturers make them lower resolution than what televisions could project? Was it like a future-proofing thing, or... And yes, 240 is half 480. I definitely, in my head, when you said 240, I'm like, oh, I thought they were 720, thinking that was like the next designation up. I immediately jumped to 720. Did you know 240 times 2 is 720? I'm good at math. That's why I'm on the YouTubes, because I'm good at math. Oh, goodness. I got streaming brain right now. Everything just becomes pudding up there when you start streaming. Back then, let's see, TVs back then would use 480 interlaced, meaning it draws 2 fields at a time, and home consoles, the 89s, couldn't output pure interlaced stuff at their price. Is that where scan lines come in? Is that why scan lines exist? Is there actually just like it's like stacking or something? How does that work? So I've heard of scan lines and I've heard of interlacing, but I don't really know what they mean. Or I guess I know what scan lines are, but I don't know why they exist. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that is a fun fact. Thank you for sharing. I didn't know any of that. Very interesting. I love little factoids like that. Do you happen to know how you came to know that, Pokey? Are you like an old school game engineer? Like, do you work on consoles or something, or did you learn it from something else? 240p only uses half the screen state, and the TV specified lines create the scanline look. Gotcha. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Thank you for sharing. Use a track called We Are by Sangam to test bass response on systems. Stupid AHH TVs hate 240p. I don't know what an AHH television is. Never heard of that term. She kind of stuck her butt out a little bit as she was going through there. It was very silly. It looked like she was doing some sort of strange squat when she hit that thing. A lot of TVs will misinterpret 240p as 480i and it will look like shit. Interesting. It's also interesting to find out what... So 480i is 480 interlaced, meaning it's 240 that's been split up using scan lines. Is that the idea? Because I've heard of 480i before. I didn't know what it meant. Learning all kinds of things tonight. Learning all kinds of things on my birthday. What do we got up here? This is energy tank. All right. Take it. I got most of the things I need. All I really need now are guns. I need big guns. It draws half the frame, then another half immediately after. Oh, so is that where, like, why sometimes when I'm recording stuff, it will actually just completely disappear if it's, like, blinking? Is that what's causing that? Is that interlacing effect? Like, in other words, you'll be able to see it on the screen as you're playing it, but when I try to record it, it doesn't show up at all. I've seen that happen a lot. And I've also heard that referred to as an interlacing issue. That's so cool. Thank you for telling me all this. I genuinely didn't know any of this. I should probably, but I didn't. Ow. Most likely by a poopy de-interlacer. Neato. Very cool. I'm surprised that was still the case by the N64 and PS1 though. So I guess starting with PS2, what became the standard? Okay, 480i. Got it. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. I like to learn things like that. I love trivia. I have a friend who, gosh darn it, he just knows so much trivia. He just knows so much trivia. He's like, anytime we're talking about anything, he'll just be like, "Did you know?" And he'll just say something about whatever. Well, okay, that makes him sound obnoxious. He's not obnoxious about it. It's just that anytime we're talking about anything, he's got something to say. He's got something relevant and interesting to say about everything. He's just got a ton of like little tiny bits of knowledge about all kinds of things. Gran Turismo on the PS2 can go up to 1080i. Wow, that's interesting. Missile. Super missile. Super missile. Get. Oh, Gran Turismo. That reminds me. Cyber, if you're still here, I tried to race you, but I couldn't make it work. Like I found that Wangan Midnight whatever thing, maximum +5 or whatever it was called, and I was like, I knew the code I was supposed to put in and stuff, but it didn't give me a place to put in a code. Like it yeah, it like I think maybe if I had a memory card of my own, because like they had a machine next to it where you could like print memory cards, and as soon as I started it up, it said, "Do you have a memory card?" And I said no, and so it immediately sent me to like select your car or whatever. But I think probably if I had a memory card, it might have let me try to race a ghost. So maybe next time I go, I will I'll try to get a memory card. But I had fun. I raced a I raced that same friend that knows all the trivia that I was just talking about. He beat me, but only by a little bit. I almost got him. I almost had him. Had me. You didn't even have control of your machine, or whatever it was Vin Diesel said. Floop. But it was pretty cool. I liked it. I hadn't played it. It was loud though. Like we were sitting right next to each other, and we were like yelling at each other because we couldn't hear each other over the music coming from the because I think the speakers are like behind on like the seat, and it was just like overpoweringly loud. It was super duper loud. What's in here? There's nothing in there. All right. I always hate getting these two. Wah! Memory cards should be available at the counter, usually not in the machines for some reason. You know, yeah, this one had like a there was like a machine right next to it that said like it had the same like logo on it, and so I assumed it was probably how you got the memory cards, but no, doggone it, no, get me back up there. But I wanted to race your van. I wanted to try and race against your racing van. See if I could win. It was pretty fun though. I wish I could remember what vehicle. 240p wasn't really a standard, but more like a cool trick that just happened to work standard of that, and also makes sense why my modern TVs hate it. It was a cool trick. How do you mean? Like the splitting the thing into using scan lines was the cool trick? Blub blub blub. Ah, you. Oh, drawing one by half in the resolution. Got it. You change volume in that game in the menus at car selection or at the terminal. Oh, okay, well maybe I'll do that next time, because yeah, it was really, really loud. Like after we were done, both of us were like my my throat actually wound up hurting because I was yelling too much in the arcade. Hope I wasn't disturbing other people, but I couldn't hear him. Everything was so loud. But I think I mentioned this in the last stream too, the one I did yesterday. I managed to win things at the arcade, which I never do. What if the guy who made the NTSC refresh rate 60 hertz made it 100 hertz instead? Everything would be 100 hertz. Yeah, I guess so. That would be the standard. It's like it makes me wonder how many things that are like standards are standards based on like something scientific, or if it's just like, yeah, I chose this one. This is the standard now. I won two things. I won a giant pink banana. Actually, I've got it over here. I'll show you. Hang on. Behold, giant pink banana. And I also won a what was it? It was a Naruto thing. I gave it to my friend because he's more into Naruto than I am. But it was like a little figurine from Naruto of a guy doing a move or something. You wanted that banana? Super good banana. Yeah, I like when we were like the main reason I went to the arcade was to visit this friend who lives up near the arcade. I was like, I want to go visit my friend before, you know, I have to go away for Christmas. So I'll just come up with an excuse. And so I'm like, oh, I just want to go to the arcade. And so I went to the arcade, and on my way up there, because it takes me like an hour to get to his house, I was like thinking about what I wanted to do. And I was like, I want to play crane games because it's a round one and they got those good crane games. And like the pink banana I won via, it was like it was one of the crane games where they had like little, like the banana was like nestled between two little posts, and so you had to kind of like knock it rather than like try and grab it. And I did that, and then the other one was the one where you like, it's like kind of like a muffin tin, like a bunch of little tiny spaces, and you're supposed to try to. I did that wrong. You're supposed to try to like. What am I trying to say? You are supposed to try to get a ping pong ball to like bounce in the little crevices. So I was very excited, as I never win those at all. I routinely fail at crane games, so I was very excited to actually succeed. 60 Hz was based on the fact that the existing lighting equipment in the North American electrical grid operated slightly better at 60 Hz. Anything lower would cause flicker. The wondrous mysteries of analog equipment. That's all really cool. You know a lot about this, Pokey. Again, I must ask, are you like a electrical engineer? Like, how do you have all this specialized knowledge? Where did you gain it? Yeah, I've seen something PAL try to play on like a on a NTSC TV, and it like flickers. So I get what you're coming from. Right. Tried to hook up your SNES to a modern TV, and I learned so many new words. Yeah. Yeah. That's like for a while there, like I learned about that sort of like minimum resolution and stuff from when I got my current television, like my current main room television. The TV that I had before that one didn't really have like a minimum resolution, and so all of my old video game systems worked just fine on it. And then I hooked things up to this new one, and all of a sudden like nothing was working, and so I was all confused. But yeah, and I eventually figured out that it has a minimum resolution I have to worry about. Go figure. Excuse me. PAL has a poor reputation with gamers due to the way many old games are converted to it. Yeah, I've heard of stuff like that where like some games were made more difficult or less difficult due to like PAL conversion and stuff. Can you give us an example, Poke, of a game where the PAL conversion significantly impacted the playing experience? Mock droids. I love these guys' name, Mock Droids. It's not a Metroid, it's a Mock Droid. It's kind of like a Metroid, but it's not quite the same thing. PAL has a higher amount of vertical lines being crammed in the same physical space. Games that appear squished because devs wouldn't optimize the screen resolution. Gotcha. Hello, snaky friend. Snaky friend. Look at him go. Look at him spin. Back when monsters would change color to indicate what their HP was like. It's like, I'm injured, therefore I'm turning brighter red. The game would also be slowed down 17% to match the refresh rate of 50 Hz. Interesting. Well, I want that energy tank. Want that? Very good. Very helpful. You had an arcade attendant tell you that he set the volume all the way up on Wangan Midnight. Yeah, I mean, I would believe it. It certainly was loud when I played it. I saw you said something, Pokey. Give me a sec. I gotta get through this room first. This room is supposed to be a lot harder because you're not supposed to have the space jump yet. Alright. All three Sonic games on Genesis are examples of this game would run slower, look squished, and severely ruin the point of the game. That is a shame. Poor PAL users. It's a bummer. The BGM by the same guy who did Streets of Rage? Oh, that's a good... That's some good credits for a BGM writer. Well, honestly, I say that. The only one that I really remembered being super good... Well, the only Streets of Rage game that I had any sort of, like, familiarity with was the second one. So I don't even know about the first or third. I've heard that the third one is a lot less... It's a lot heavier. I want to say that I heard that the story of Streets of Rage 3 is very heavy. It's about like bombs and stuff. Something like that. I feel like Streets of Rage 2 was kind of like the happy medium there. So we're gonna beat this guy using the clever trick. Come on. Come on, Dragon. There's Dragon. Hello. Alright, Dragon. Get me in your claws. Brr, 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 brr. Rotatey, rotatey, rotate. Ah, don't poke me. Look at me go. Wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. Virus and threat protection. Shut up, Windows security. Oh, come on. I am conductive. Yay! This was the last home console to use true chiptune music, so it was quite easy to make music for it. The right hands, you get masterpieces. Huh. I guess that makes me wonder. So what... So I guess, like, the SNES uses MIDI, or how does that work? Like, what did other things use? If not chiptunes. Oh, that's cool. Look, she puts her arms down when she uses it. Yeah, I was wondering. Cool. MIDI samples. Gotcha. Interesting. You are a font of knowledge, sir. All kinds of interesting things about old game systems. Yes. Briefly getting back to the Colorfunk Challenge League, if you watched the stream of it that Ian did, you're probably familiar with this, but poor guy, he had no idea the special moves in Streets of Rage 2 were draining his health the whole time, I think. Poor guy. He probably could have made it a lot further if he had just known that one fact. No. C'est la vie. Get out of it, mock droids. I'm spinning and flipping. Look at me go. Flip. Okay. Another one of those instances where I'm sort of like, I know what AC and DC are, alternating current and direct current, but I don't really know how they work. So. Well, so if that's the case, I mean, I've obviously heard the term AC adapter. When I plug an SNES power cable into a Genesis, learn this the hard way and fried a Genesis. Okay. Sometimes you remember Ian got his start as a pro gamer and wonder how. Yeah, well, you know. You know. It is sort of strange to think about, like, original gamer Ian, like, after having, like, you know, because, like, I first started watching Brutal Moose thanks to his appearance on the Mind Z Hardcore, and that kind of got me interested. But I probably wouldn't have found his channel if he had just been like a movie guy, you know. Like, if he did back then what he does now, I probably would never have learned about the wonders of his content. So I just don't care that much about movies, frankly. I like games. Alright, what are they going to give me in here? It is Reserve Tank. Yay! Reserve Tank! Everyone's favorite! I mean, they are useful. Bonk. You think you saw his ramen video first? Yeah, I know he definitely expanded his reach when he started doing food. Excuse me. Sega would be so aggressive with their marketing, releasing all these add-ons, and Nintendo was like, lol, you don't need a CD drive, no 32X. We have more power. The Genesis just used enhancements because it's weak. Well, you know, that's sort of a funny thing. Like, the SNES also has an expansion port. And, you know, you think about stuff like the 64DD. Part of me wonders, like, I especially feel this way because when I think about, like, when I go to that website, the Cutting Room Floor, I always find myself wondering what it would be like if all of these, like, strange pipe dreams that existed in games and game consoles back then, what if they'd all actually, like, happened? You know, like, what if the 64DD existed? What if, you know, Sony and Nintendo never had their little falling out? It's just like, you know, there's some other reality if the multiverses are to be believed where that actually happened. So, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool to think about. That said, I don't actually know what the SNES expansion port is for. I just know that it has one. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. It does exist. Sorry. All right. What do I need? I need to go back. Can I get back this way? There's only like 4 games for it, and they're all Mario Paint. It's like, do you want 4 different types of Mario Paint? We've got you covered. The 64DD. So most of these peripheral ideas were more for investors and distributors. Oh, that's interesting. So you think that a lot of these peripheral ideas were just sort of like the original manufacturer being like, yeah, look, we've got this so that, like, if in the future we want to do something with this, we can. but without any actual like hard and fast expectations to ever use it. It's an interesting idea. Kind of like just leaving a backdoor in case you need it. Yeah, there's the Satellaview. I don't know how that actually hooked up. Oh, bugger me. I can't get through here. I thought you could. Can I do this? I thought you could get through here. Fudge. No, let me through. Huh. Let's see, hang on. I was hoping that would work. Nope. Alright, we are gonna have to go around. Boo. I don't really know how the Satellaview is supposed to work, though. Like, I get the idea that it was a system where they broadcast a game to you, and the audio for the game was actually just a radio station. But I don't know how the game got to you, per se. Well, Genesis had the Sega channel. I know that much. Is that what you're talking about? Doggone it. Ugh, did I ruin things here? Do I remember games that came in cassette? Not personally. I do know that games did come in cassettes, but I did not personally ever experience any of those. I don't think I can do this right now. It sucks. Sucks. Boo. Someone who worked with satellite feeds, you find it wild that the SNES had satellite capacity. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, is that like you learn about all of these peripherals and like weird ideas that like in the great unknown and the great long ago of gaming that feel like it's just like who would ever have thought to make that? And then, I don't know, someone came up with it, and then it was deemed unprofitable to export to another country. It's similar idea. I believe the game data was broadcast similar fashion, possible an inaudible carrier tone. Well, I don't know enough about satellite communications to say much on that, but it's interesting. Plug in the Satellaview receiver, plug in the cartridge, and then wait till 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to play some random obscure game you will forget about in 11 minutes. Not if it's Radical Dreamers. I remembered about that forever. Radical Dreamers is awesome. Or the BS Zelda game. So, were you able to like choose which game you played, or was it just whatever happened to be that week? Like, did you have any control over what you played, or it was just what was up? I guess I really don't know much about the Satellaview at all. I thought I knew things about it, but I guess not. Everything you're explaining is not what I thought worked. Not how I thought it worked. Blep blep. Nope. Blep blep. Boop. There we go. Yes as in you could choose, or yes as in it was just whatever was on? Sorry. I kind of gave you two things to yes to. Sometimes it would be video magazines instead of games. Man, that was wild. What an interesting idea. You could choose, you could tune the satellite to different channels to play and look at different things. Cool. Very interesting. We'll hold off on that for now. Nope. There we go. Huh. Blip. 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 Xbox 360 and PS3 support 3D. Don't know why you want to use it, but you can. Is it sweet 3D like Rad Racer? I kind of wish I was more into the PS3, honestly. Like, mostly what I remember PS3 for is Dynasty Warriors 7 and Castlevania Harmony of Despair. That's pretty much all that I really took. That, and I guess introducing me to Monster World 4, which I also got from that system. So looks like this television did connect to the bottom expansion using a bracket and a cable. Okay, so that's what that was for. Neato! I'm learning all kinds of things tonight. Getting all that nice birthday knowledge tonight. Oh yeah. Learning cool things. Oh, I still don't have the freaking wave beam. I can't get in there yet. Nuts. Blomp. It is the wave beam. Oh, hooray! Ask and ye shall receive the wave beam. Hooray! I love the wave beam. Yippee! Next thing, that ROM rippers and Satellaview games that were broadcasted were archived, and reproduction carts exist of a lot of them. Yes, I know, because I have a copy of Radical Dreamers. Yeah, which otherwise would be lost. Which is a shame, because Chrono Cross is poopy, and I'm glad that Radical Dreamers exists. Even though, admittedly, the last time I played Radical Dreamers, it still did the same thing that Chrono Cross did, so now I don't know what to think, but... Alright, what do we got? Energy tank? That's cool, I guess. I mean, it's still useful. It's good. It's a good thing to have. Anything in here? Yeah, I thought that was it. Yeah. Nintendo is a very old-minded company in a lot of ways. There are a lot of things that they do that are very traditional, been around for a long time. Would be nice to be able to listen to, like, you know, streaming Nintendo music, though. Although I guess at the same time, the library for that would be huge. So I'm not sure, well, I guess it would be automated. It's not like there'd be an active DJ picking out songs. Ooh, were they that brutal back then? Guess I should be happy that times have changed. They're like, hey, we made this, you can't use it. At all. Unacceptable. So apparently, something I learned from that playthrough that Gerard did of this is that this room is known as the Billy Mays room among the speedrunning community. Go figure. Just an interesting thing about that room. It's the Billy Mays room. Billy Mays here. Been jamming those Sonic Adventure rap songs over the past few days. That's awesome, dude. That'll make you that'll get you well again. I feel so much more of a connection to Sonic Adventure 1 than 2. Like I know a lot of people are way into Sonic Adventure 2, but like I don't know, I think Sonic Adventure 1 was a more adventuresome game, I guess. Like I felt the adventure in Sonic Adventure 1. And Sonic Adventure 2 is just sort of like, you know, just courses. They lost the adventure fields, which I thought were a big part of it. That kind of makes me want to play Sonic 06 more too, because Sonic 06 also had like a world map. I've always kind of wondered what I would think of Sonic 06. It's like I can be pretty, you know, I can be pretty gentle on a lot of things. I'm easy to please when it comes to games usually. Sonic Adventure 1 is one of those where am I going, what am I doing kind of games. I guess. I mean, you have to pay attention to what Tikal says, but I never really felt like I didn't know where to go. I mean, it's a lot less directed than like Sonic Adventure 2, which is just sort of like each level is, you know, forward progress. Sonic Adventure 3 Win, I'm pretty sure that's what Sonic 06 was, my friend. Just based on the content and the way it was made. Listen to in-game tips? Never! Unacceptable! I refuse to listen to your direction. Now tell me where to go so I won't listen to it. That is the modern gamer, yes. That is how we function. Yeah, honestly, I think just based on the way the game was made and like the way it was structured, I'm pretty sure Sonic Adventure 3 is Sonic 06. It's just no one wants to admit it. But I mean, it's got the, you play as different characters. You know, there's some overarching story that everything ties back into. It's got it's got adventure fields and action fields. It really has a lot of things that would seem to indicate that it was supposed to be Sonic Adventure 3. Sonic 06 would probably not run like doo-doo if it wasn't rushed and they gave it another year. Yeah. I mean, that's the case with a lot of games. Loading screens are dreadful and everything is buggy. Yeah. I remember in the Game Grumps playthrough of Sonic Adventure or Sonic 06, they really called out how many loading screens. The ice beam is where the ice beam is supposed to be. Yeah, all right. Sure. That fits, I guess. They really called out how many loading screens there are. The NPCs are hecka creepy. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way about the New Donk City characters in what's that game called? Mario Odyssey, though. Like, I just feel like when you have really clashing art styles, it's always going to kind of feel, like, really off, you know? Like, you have Sonic, who is so very obviously, like, a cartoon character, and then you have, like, you know, realistic-looking Jim over here, and it's like, yeah, well, they don't fit together. It was especially bad in Mario Odyssey, because it's like, ostensibly Mario is a human, right? So why do no other why do other normal humans look like not just like a different, you know, race or nationality, but like different organisms? Why is Mario so weird looking? I don't know. Genesis had a composite video signal, so devs would use it to dither colors and make new shades and transparency effects. Is that why a lot of Genesis games use like they don't have transparencies, they just use dithering? It's because he's short and kind of fat. Bloop. 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 Interesting. Did not know. Like, I knew that the Genesis didn't use like true transparencies, but I didn't know what the reason for that was. So. Has more interesting information. Is there anything this way? I think I can go this way. We are getting to the point in the game where we can just pretty much go straight through and like finish. So we're getting very close to, you know, go time, so to speak. Bloop. Bloop. Gotta freeze these lava monsters in the lava, because that works. That's how science works. Have either of us ever played Dr. Mario in N64? I have. Yep. It was one of the few N64 games that allowed you to use the control pad, which was exciting. I also want to say it had extra viruses, like as in extra viruses for Dr. Mario to fight, not that it was extraordinarily buggy. It's I didn't play it very much though, honestly, but I have played it before. How do I feel about that tall, lanky Mario in Dr. Mario? Or do you mean the one in like weird Mario from Mario Maker? The L button was the most useless button on this N64. It certainly wasn't used very often. Certainly gathered a lot of dust, that button. Not a fan, kill it with fire. It's a little strange, yeah. As I understand it, that was actually born out of like a glitch or something, like when they were programming Mario Maker. Oh, is he? I didn't know that. I'll have to go back and look. Oh, side note, Cyber, just because it popped in my head when you mentioned N64. I found out I don't actually have a copy of Hybrid Heaven. I could have sworn I had a copy, but I'll have to look up the, from what you've said, extremely strange opening somewhere else because I don't actually have a copy. I was sad about that. I would be devastated if my L button broke off of my N64 controller. I would notice. I'd be like, no! Precious L button! So important. '64 is anti-aliasing, which is dumb and makes everything look blurry. Resolution that show should not be anti-aliased. Yeah. I can't say much for it. I don't know a whole lot about the process, but I do know that with a lot of systems, I prefer to play them in the intended resolution and on a appropriate system if possible. Because I just think it looks better. So, like I'm playing this right now on my computer, and I usually, when I'm streaming, I will use those analog systems mostly out of convenience. But if I had my druthers, I would prefer to play things on the actual original systems. But that would be a lot of trouble to hook all that up. So we just use the analogs for the time being. But when I record, I play it on the original systems. Because I personally think it looks better. Because one of the things that drives me crazy is when you see a system where the polygons are processed in a modern way and the backgrounds are all like ugly and pixelated, and then you compare it to footage of the same game on the original system and it's like, oh, it actually looks like it fits here. Final Fantasy would probably still be mained on Nintendo if they weren't stupid and had the cartridges and switched to CDs like everyone else. Well, I mean, they were going to, and then Sony pulled out, so you know, it's true that it was a disagreement they had, but yeah. Boy, wouldn't that be weird though? Final Fantasy was still like a Nintendo exclusive. Very strange. But I mean, a lot of systems didn't do so well with CDs. So back in the early 90s, CDs were just excuses to use FMV. That's all that most companies could come up with for it. And it's like, oh, we got extra space. Fill it with FMV, I guess. I got nothing better. Some games made good use of it. Like, there are some decent Sega CD games. But a lot of them are also kind of garbage. Like Snatcher. I've been wanting to play Snatcher again recently. CD quality sound was a big deal. Yeah, I guess that's true. CD quality sound was a big deal. It is kind of weird though how like there's some situations like the Sega Saturn version of what's that game called? Mega Man X3, where you can like the CD quality music actually like wears off after a little bit, and so like a lot of the levels, like all of a sudden in the middle of the level the music will just like stop. It's very odd. They did have those sweet anime cutscenes. Love those. So cool. With Bilzard Buffalo. Gotta love Bilzard Buffalo. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video series on it a long time ago. There was a Sega Saturn version, like a special edition of Mega Man X3, that used CD quality music and some nice like little animated cutscenes to introduce all of the Mavericks, and they got Blizzard Buffalo's name wrong. They spelled it Bilzard Buffalo, which is silly. All right, question time. Did y'all see this guy as like a bird? Because he's technically supposed to be a bird. Like the Chozo were supposed to be birds. But he never looked like a bird to me. I remember thinking he looked like a monkey when I was a kid. I don't know that I would say that anymore, but he looks like Barney. I don't know if that would have been as successful a children's show if that's what Barney looked like. Jellyfish bird thing. There were CD32X games? I mean, I know that there is the CD and 32X combo because I've got one, but I didn't know there were any games. Like, would you have to put in a 32X cartridge and then a CD afterward? Like, how did it work? A CD 32X cartridge. That does not help me at all. Screw you guys. Yeah. I got the screw attack. I don't have to care about any of you. Destroy. Whee. The Mickey Mouse room. Behold. I mean, that is true. I definitely use my PS2 as a DVD player. A lot. So, I get that. I totally understand that, you know, that extra utility. Also, the PS2 could play PS1 games. And I still had a lot of PS1 games. So, you know. I was like, this console is not only more familiar and allows me to play play DVDs on it, but it also allows me to play games I already have. How convenient. So, I get it. Oh, you take a super missile? Okay. Oh, plasma beam, awesome. All PS3s can play PS1 games, not all PS3s can play PS2. Yes. Although, I seem to recall when they were originally selling the idea of the PS3, they did introduce it as backwards compatible with both, which was a major frustration point for me. I definitely wanted it to be backwards compatible all the way, so. Save point. We're getting down there now. Very close to Ridley. And once we finish up with Ridley, we will be able to move on to the final challenge. The final challenge being Mother Brain. Yes. Bloop. Faden. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I hope that you feel better. Poke, I hope you feel better, Cyber. And thank you for stopping by. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. The idea that like some of them actually used hardware backwards compatibility and the others are just emulators. If they can do it with an emulator, I really do find it strange that that they even bothered to remove that. Like, is it just the process of loading the emulator? I guess I don't know a whole lot about how it was loaded, but it doesn't seem like it should have been that big a deal to include an emulator on the system. But what do I know, right? I don't know anything. These guys have always confused me. Like, I don't know how to prompt them to do certain, like, they're only vulnerable when they do that. But I don't know how you like get them to do it. They just sort of do it sometimes, and I don't really know why. Very strange to me. Unrelated, I always felt like this area feels so important. Like, all of Deep Norfair feels very important, but especially here when you get to, like, there's, like, lava everywhere, and there's those cool, like, statues in the background. It's just like, oh, I'm in the scary place now. And then you beat Ridley, and then you just, like, leave. It's weird. You just are like, all right, well, I'm done now. I guess I'll leave. I beat Ridley. Hey, Ridley. I also used to think Ridley was, like, really, really hard, but honestly, he's not that difficult. You just kind of... It's just like it's almost like an endurance test. You just kind of pepper him full of super missiles, and then you're done, you know? Yep, beat him. PS3 was $599 on launch, and the Sony was losing money on the thing. They had to cut corners, or they could. They took the reduced amount of USB ports, took out the useless things, and priced the new PS3 at $299. Yeah. Oh, reserve tank. I think it was at, like, when the PS3 came out that I started to, like, question what the difference between a video game console and, like, a computer was. Because, like, before, like, let's say, like, the SNES, N64, that kind of era, I would think of a computer, like a home computer, as something distinct from a video game console. But when you get to stuff like that, like the processing power you get from, like, PS3 and like systems afterward, it really does sort of blur the line about what a console is. Although from what I understand, in other countries, that idea of like what is a home computer, what is a video game console was a lot blurrier than it was in America. So there is that. I still prefer consoles. To me, the mindset I've always had with PCs versus consoles is that, like, if you're the kind of person who likes to be like tinker with things, then go for a computer, because then you can have both the fun of playing the game and also be able to like kind of work on it. It's like people that like to work on their cars, you know. It's like that, if that's a major part of the joy of having that thing, then I absolutely get wanting to stick with that. But for me, I really just want something that will reliably play the games, because the games are the more important part for me. So like that's why I tend to prefer consoles, even if they're like technically weaker. I like that sort of reliability. Let's see. You can very easily find used backward compatible PS3s for like $100. Yeah. Probably if my existing PS3 ever breaks down, I'll try and find like one of the backward compatible ones. Oh man, that's just the nature of it. Everything is becoming a subscription service, and I hate it. I hate how everything is a subscription service now. Like, I get it. I get that the subscription model is a lot more reliable as a moneymaker, but ooh, I hate it. I hate the fact that like so many of the things that I use on a day-to-day basis are not actually mine. I'm renting them. You know? Like, I already feel bad that I'm renting my house. You know, it's like, don't make me rent my video games too, please. But such is the case. You know, it's the way life is. Isn't the top? I know there's something here. Yeah, there it is. Bloop. Speaking of renting, were you a game renting sort, Pokey, when you were younger? You fond of renting games? I was really into renting games in like the SNES era, and the NES era, and then I kind of just fell out of interest with it. I don't know. I guess I had better buying power later on, and so I would just buy the games I wanted. No, not a person, not the kind to rent games. You would always save up to buy them yourself. I think the idea of rentals back then worked really well to introduce you to games, but like starting around the PlayStation era and stuff, games became so long that a rental didn't really afford you that much, you know? It's like you probably wouldn't get that far in the game in a single weekend. And so unless you rented it multiple times, it really didn't, you know, rentals weren't a good model to go by. I think we are just about done. We can head out of here now, I think. Go and win the game. Wouldn't that be exciting? I think I got just about everything else. Let's look at my inventory here. Yeah, we got everything. Cool. Let's get going. Go win the game and call it a stream. Bloop, 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 bloop. Shoo. Go ahead and save. At Halo 3 once, and the employee from the store gave you a chip disc that looks like sandpaper was used on it. The audio was skipping the Xbox would barely read and play. That is awful. That is awful. I'm so sorry. What terrible condition. Wow. I mean, I know that games were sometimes rough when you rented them, but I don't think I ever had one that was in that bad of shape. Bloop. Speaking of rentals, sorry, that reminds me of something from my childhood. So I've mentioned him before. I had a friend down the street when I was growing up, and we played games together. And he had a Sega, and I had a Super Nintendo, which meant that whenever we wanted to play anything on Sega, it would always be sort of on him to have the game, and vice versa for Super Nintendo. And whenever he would go to the rental store, he would let me know, because that would mean that we were getting to play a new game, and would ask me if there's anything I wanted to play. Well, I was sort of obsessed with this game called Kid Chameleon for the Sega Genesis. It's a fun game. I still like it. But it's not a game that's very easy to beat in like a single sitting. And it also doesn't have like passwords or anything like that. So we never really beat it. Excuse me. But anytime he asked me if I had any requests, I would always say, oh, can you get Kid Chameleon if it's there? And apparently, I didn't find this out until later. Apparently, after a while, he just sort of started saying like, yeah, and like not meaning it. Like I like he would come back and he would say like, oh, they didn't have it in, but look what I got. You know, and I was like, I would immediately just be like, oh, okay, cool, play something else. I had no idea he was just like pulling the wool over my eyes and be like, no, I don't want to play Kid Chameleon anymore. No. I guess that means I'm trusting. I just thought he was telling the truth. They didn't have Kid Chameleon. Let's see. All right. Let us go and beat the game. Go and defeat the mother brain. Blam. Death. 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 Man, they don't even see it coming. It's like I'm shooting through the ceiling and they're just exploding. Poor guys. Alright, here we are. Time to look at this cool... Oh, it's already gone. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, oh. And then... Okay, so this is still happening. It's just the statue's already down. Boom! Mysterious things are happening in the distance. So the RTX 4090 on sale for $10.90. The other cheapest one is $21.17. That would be such a good flip. Are you saying that like you're gonna buy the one that's $10.90 or? Because I mean, it sounds like that's a good deal if that's what you're looking for. Kind of does make you wonder though. It's like, why is it so cheap? Metroid! 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 It's a Metro Android, which is apparently where the name comes from. A combination of the words Metro and Android. If you had the money, you would flip it by getting the cheaper one, then selling it for the next cheapest one's price. That would certainly be a good flip. Yeah. Infinite money glitch in real life. It's like the W item glitch. Bloop. Ding 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 ding. I love how they make you fight these like giant green hopper guys first, so you can get an idea of how powerful they are, and then like up here you find out how powerful the baby Metroid truly is. They go here, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, hopping guy. Got my super missiles. Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh! Oh, it's huge! Oh, get it away! Ice beam! Ice beam! Oh no! And they're like, oh my gosh, it's eating me! It's eating me! No! No! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it. Let me go! Let me go! Ah! 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 Oh, I'm tired. Tired. She's scratching her head. Oh, I'm tired. Hey. Thanks for that. Oh, it loves me. Oh, so cute. Hang on, let me see what you said. Give me a sec. I know some time ago a friend of mine tried to buy a 3090, but the guy put some weights in an empty box. That is really hateful. I am so sorry for your friend. Oh, he paid $2K for it? Oh my gosh. It's terrible. I mean, did your friend like get any sort of refund or anything from like whoever they were buying it from, or was he just out $2,000? If so, that is awful, dude. Real unscrupulous, that. Thankfully, yes. Okay, well, that's good. Good. That is a pretty crappy behavior right there. I can't believe that someone would do that. I mean, I can, but I can't. Like, it's one of those things that it's like, you think about it and it's so awful, but you could also kind of see, it's like, yeah, someone probably thinks that that would be cool. I mean, people have been finding ways to steal money from other people for, you know, as long as civilization has existed, so. It's funny how I've got, like, more super missiles than missiles, so it actually makes more sense for me to just use super missiles. See you later, lady. Screw you. Oh, hey! She just pops right up, does she? Hey, how you doing? Have some super missiles. Uh-huh. Would you care for some more super missiles? I've got more. You can have them. I remember when we did this last year, and I did the over 100 percent item completion. And she had to use the rainbow beam like multiple times just to actually get my HP down. Oh, I'm out of super missiles. Huh. Oh, I didn't know that. It's interesting. Maybe I can dodge it this time. Ha! Nope. Bam. 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 Dodge it! Nope. Ugh. Nope, can't get up anymore. Too weakened. Ah! Ah! She's just toying with me now. Ah, stop it! I'm scratching my head. Eh. 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 Yay! The baby Metroid saving me! That's right, baby. Eat that mother brain's head. Do it. Consume her skull. Or her lack thereof. Gotta go. Alright, well, thank you for stopping by, Pokey. You gave us a lot of interesting information today. And, yeah. Thank you for stopping by and sticking around. Appreciate it. Thank you, baby Metroid. Thank you. It's like, here's your energy back, Mom. Bleh. look at Mother Red just there like, ha! Oh no, she's hydrated. She's staying in her lane. Blah, 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 blah. No! Oh, I was so sad the first time I watched this. It got me very emotional. But it feels so good to do this, though, doesn't it? Like, people who have played Super Metroid, doesn't this feel like the ultimate, like, power trip part of the game? It feels so cool when you get, like, the Metroid, or the Hyper Beam, and you're just like, bam, 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 bam. Oh, I feel so powerful. Ugh. Yeah, now you die. Yeah? That's what you get. Oh no, time bomb set. Also, in case you've never seen it, you can see right there we actually do have the Hyper Beam. I didn't know that actually showed up for many years. I never bothered to pause during this part of the game. I was like, why would I want to pause during the escape sequence? I just want to get out. Just get out during the escape sequence. This is not the right way. Oops. Shows what I remember. Here's another question. Has anyone playing this ever actually failed to escape during the escape sequence in this game? Because I've failed to escape in original Metroid before, but I don't think I've ever failed to escape in Super Metroid before. Because you're just given so many advantages. You know, you've got like a space jump, and you've got the hyper beam, and like, it's really pretty straightforward. You just kind of go, you know, you just follow the path for the most part, and they give you lots of time. So, I'm curious if people have ever like messed this part of the game up. All right, first of all, gotta save the animals. Gotta save the animals. It's important. Gotta save the animals. The Edecoons taught us to do the wall jump. We have to save them. Edecoons and bird that I... What? Wait, what? Why am I here? Why am I here? Though. I don't think this is supposed to happen. What happened? Why am I in Norfair all of a sudden? Well, I was just saying, I don't think I've ever actually failed to escape, but that looks like that might be the case this time. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Can you do the thing? Wait, what? All right, I still might be able to make it. Injecting a little bit of extra drama in this. Come on, Samus. Come on, Sammy, you can do it. Oh my gosh. Run! Run! Whew! What was that? Why did it randomly teleport me to Norfair? Well, that was scary at the end. I guess the Edecoons got out on their own. I guess? Why did it bring me to Norfair? What on earth? Why did that happen? It was so strange. Oh my god. Well, we made it out though. Barely, just barely. We did survive. The operation was completed successfully. Clear time. Hey, I still did it under 3 hours. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Even though my stream is longer than 3 hours. Yay, birthday. I'm happy. I'm happy. All right, well, we'll stick around till the very end. See what my final percentage was. But this has been fun. I've never done a full playthrough of a Super Metroid randomizer. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if y'all are interested in Super Metroid out there, I would say go out and try a randomizer. They're pretty fun. Something that's worth mentioning, though, is that I was kind of messed up on, is that you have to use a Japanese ROM to do it. So you can't do it with an English ROM, which is weird, but, you know, it's still very readable, so. These are the various people who made the randomizer. It's cool. Wild Anaconda 69. That's a name for you. Statistics. Transitions, 558. Time indoors, 28 minutes. Spent the most time in Brinstar. Followed by Norfair. Only 1 minute apart, actually. That's interesting. Special beam attacks 1. Major item locations, morph ball, morphing ball, bomb, charge beam. Is there anything important I never found? I don't think there's anything important that I never found. Super cool. I wonder if it's going to say that it was made by Deer Force. I always liked that this game was made by Deer Force. Yeah, Deer Force! Yay! Hi, Samus. And she jumps. And she shoots. Pew, 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 pew. Cool. Your rate for collecting items is 99%, so I missed something. I'm pretty sure I know where it was. Oh, see you next mission. See y'all next year. I'm the MoeChicken. This has been Super Metroid, and thank you for stopping by. See you next